Now, economists say that people are feeling worse about their current situation and the months ahead, even with strong growth in spending numbers on a relative basis. Analysts once again blame what we've been describing as a K-shaped economy, with wealthier households doing well and other families struggling with high prices. So, certified financial planner Doug Flynn is our guest here to talk about the markets as well, but just wanted to set it up with that, Doug, after we heard from the president on the economy. Those were rough confidence numbers. What did you take away?
Yeah, I think it's showing that while the people at the top are sort of doing okay, those numbers are carrying the people in the middle and the bottom, where it's probably worse than it appears because those people are hanging on in some cases. Now, we haven't had massive layoffs, but I think Trump is really banking a lot on everyone getting really large tax refunds and then getting more in their paycheck when they adjust the withholding. And I think that's what people will feel, and they haven't felt that. And some of those numbers are quite good if they do get, last year's refund averaged $3,000. This year, it could be $1,000 to $2,000 more than that. So I think if you're feeling a little bit, behind, that certainly might help catch you up. And everyone loves to get a big refund, whether it makes sense or not. They just love it. So I think that's going to maybe help some of those numbers later on. And that's the gamble. Whether that carries into the midterms, I don't know. But I think people middle, certainly, and lower are definitely starting to struggle there.
Kind of an interesting conversation. All our regular viewers know one of the most popular segments, I think it's 3 years running now, is Tax Tip Tuesday with Doug Flynn. We used to do it right before taxes. You'd have a little tip for people, a lot of practical stuff that people say, oh, I can use that for my taxes. But this year, as we kind of started off today informally, this is the year where things are a little bit different, right? The refunds, in other words, are a big part of the conversation this year.
Yeah, I think that, people generally do overpay their taxes, and that's why they get a refund. It's really just excess withholding, and they don't adjust during, let's say, life events. They got married, they had a kid, they got divorced, whatever it is, you have side income, and they're not adjusting. And so those numbers, you pay in too much. I think that's part of it. And so the single biggest thing I can say with this is that tax savings really is not just April 15th. It's year-round. And one of the things that is really underutilized is there's a strategic planning tool right on the IRS website. You can Google IRS tax withholding estimator. And this whole point of whether you owe or you get money back, you can go on there and punch in your specific situation. It'll tell you what adjustments you should make to your withholding. And this way, maybe if you owe, you don't owe, or if you're getting back a big refund, in this case, larger than normal, maybe you get some of that throughout the year, which helps you feel better throughout the year, and you can have that money to spend instead of really running tight all year and then getting a big refund. So that's something I would point people to. Almost nobody uses that thing.
No, I like that. Yeah, a little who knew, government website that works well for people. Last thing here before you go, I thought it was interesting that the president was asked, I guess some reporter had a particular interest in it anyway today, about the dollar. He was asked a couple of questions about the dollar. Because I wanted to talk to you about gold anyway. This gold rally, I think it's above $5,200. And this idea that gold is a way to kind of hedge against the craziness in the world, some of which some would argue is created here in the United States by the president, but there's a lot of other crazy things happening in the world. Is that hedge going to continue? This has been a nutty gold rally.
Yeah, right now that's the trend is your friend if you're in that, and there's really no signs of it abating right now. It's really a bet, against Washington risk, and so people are moving away from the dollar and even U.S. Treasuries, and so they're going to gold. And the funny thing about gold to me is, unlike many other investments, this is a big earnings week on Wall Street. Gold doesn't have earnings. It's all about what somebody else is willing to pay you for it. So you can't say it's overvalued. It's only valued what it's at, which means tomorrow people could pay you a lot more for it, as we've seen, and that may continue before it turns the other way.
It's worth whatever someone will pay for it. It's like all of us, I guess. But anyway, thank you, Doug. Doug Flynn with us, closing.